I'm Brenda Koch, and I am a K-12 Executive Director for the Billings School District, and I have the East Cohort, so I oversee the schools in the Heights and half of downtown, and I have the best job in the world. I just love it. So my primary responsibility is supporting the principals in their efforts to make their schools the very best possible that they can, and really I view myself as support staff, and whatever I can do to help them out to make their jobs easier and to make the teachers' jobs easier and to help the teachers reach their potential as well, all for the same common goal, which is student achievement and student safety, and that's what we're all here for, is for the kids, and so it's just a great place to be. Classroom management brings in lots of different facets. It starts at the very basic pieces of how does the school function from the school management, and how do kids transition in the building from one place to the next, and staff as well for that matter, to the classroom, and what are the classroom expectations, and how do students and staff move within the classroom, so that you have an orderly environment, but it's still a learning environment. One of the things that's very important through K-12 is that the students and the staff have clear expectations about what that looks like, sounds like, and how it works. And so, at the varying levels, so it's age appropriate, with your colleagues, you decide, for school systems, building systems, how do we walk in the hallway? How are we going to teach those expectations? How do we enter the bathroom? How do we use the bathroom? How do we leave the bathroom, etc. in the classroom? How do we move within the classroom? How do we interact with each other? And then once those expectations are clearly defined, then how do we teach those expectations? And then how do we continually reteach those expectations throughout the year? And so it's just continually monitoring that and assessing of how can I continually reteach, remind students, and remind each other as adults too of how we conduct ourselves in the school and the classrooms. With that monitoring piece, I think, is where the technology can really come in and help assist us in that, so that we don't become too comfortable with what we're doing or lackadaisical, because it just is easy. It's been an interesting phenomena since I've been out of the classroom now over 10 years. Technology was just beginning to emerge when I was a teacher. And when I learned to do web pages, we actually had to write the code for the web pages. And I would put my assignments on, my classroom web page, and it took a lot of time because everything had to be written in code. And so to where we are now with all of the really cool apps that can help teachers do things, I think that the potential is amazing there. I see lots of teachers, especially in elementary classrooms, especially teachers that have been involved in TILT or have been able to participate in some type of professional development with technology, embracing some of those apps and programs, things like Class Dojo. We had Mark Kane do a presentation for the elementary principals on how he uses that app in his classroom for the classroom management piece, as well as a communication tool for his students, giving them immediate feedback so they can help monitor their own behavior, which is very critical. Especially when you start looking at positive behavior supports, that immediate feedback for self-monitoring is critical, especially for our younger students, to the parent feedback that provides to the parents as well. I think it's going to be really fun to watch how teachers use technology to support them and not be another add-on, but something that helps them out. So PowerSchool is a powerful communication tool for teachers and for administrators and for parents. Again, going in and be able to monitor what's happening. It's a big difference too as a teacher, because you can go and look at that information and reflect about, are my expectations clear? Do we need to practice this? Are there trends in full classroom behavior that more students are acting in a specific way that I need to, it just is that nice monitoring tool so that you can reassess and reteach if needed, or change the way that you are teaching it. Maybe it needs to have a different way that it's being taught, whatever that expectation is. So it's exciting for classroom teachers right now. Wow, what amazing things that there are just at their fingertips to help them.